welcome back. This is UnkleBTDestiny here, and we're going to do our reading for the month of March, which also happens to be the period where we're going to have the next seasonal change into spring. And also don't forget to reset your clocks on the 10th to spring forward. So let's go ahead and get the ancestors in and get this reading started. I also just want to say that I had a good time at PantheaCon. Hope you come next year, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. So let's get them in here and get started. Alrighty. So, as always, anything that falls off the reading surface is not included in the reading. So, everything that we do have on the reading surface, which is very tightly bundled this time. So this one over here off to the side is the work bone. That's going along fine. It's off in its own world. It's all nice and balanced. When we have across more, there is the family and home bone. Now, family is always not just your immediate family, it also includes your extended family. So you might be hearing from relatives that, like your aunts, cousins, everyone who's not immediately in your area. Home represents not just the fact that you live there with your family, but what your living situation is, how it's put together, how it's stable. So these two are crossing each other. And the copper piece, which is our conductor, and great connector, is also it's partially under the home bone, but it's mostly under the family. So right now, this next period is going to be very much about your connection with your family, finding energy from there, finding strength, as well as finding support. Because there's the piece of copper, then there's one of the support bones, then the larger family bone is on top of it, with another one of the structural supports there. But this also means that you're going to be looking more to provide support, but also get support back. It's going to be equal versus just take or just give. So it may mean that you're going to be helping out a relative who needs to make some doctor's visits. Drive them to them and bring them back. Or vice versa, if there's a relative who can, say, babysit for you, that's what they're going to be taking care of you. And this, of course, also includes other matters related to just the natural support between family members and a bridge that's built there. Now, in the home sense, it's much more entangled. There's more bones here, but a lot of them are structural bones. So it's about what does your home provide you the structure, or at least what structures are going to be changing. Since they're so heavily entangled, there's a lot going on with what's going to be stable, what's going to be unstable, what you can count on, what you can't. So this tie with the family is going to be helping you to provide a base, but also help you to be able to figure out what is stable, what isn't. Especially with this set of bones here, which is the one from the top of the spine, but also I often see it as being top of the spine or the pelvic bone. And it has one of the supporting rib bones going into it. So we're getting let's just say has some great symbology here. So there's the aspect of either birth or conception. So at this point, certain things are going to be going in and out through this bone. So it's either you're going to be birthing a new situation in your home, such as a home business, or bringing in a roommate, or possibly even locating a new home. But that's where the conception comes in. The actual pregnancy and birth is the portion of where it actually comes out. So it's actually doing these things. And you may find they happen in a very short span of time, days if not a couple of weeks. But the structure will be one that you will have to do some work on, and will have to do some growth, but you'll be able to get through it. Now the other satellite bones here I've got a V, so I would say you're going to be victorious in all of this. But you also want to be vigilant and also work from a point of virtue. So work for the highest possible goods. Don't look for vengeance. That's going to be serve you the least in this situation. If anything, it can also make you a vagrant if you follow that path, which you want to avoid. So highest possible good is your biggest focus. Then we have this one solitary bone over here. That's another one of the support ones. And this one's talking about things coming in. So new aspects of work and association, potentially new relationships, but more so the potential of more growth. So do I have anything else I want to talk about? And also be ready to put more emphasis, less on your monetary focus, put more onto your mental, spiritual focus in this period of time. Since we're coming up on Easter and rebirth, this is about what do you want to birth from a good spiritual and mental perspective versus what you're going to be birthing from a material perspective. That comes later in the year, closer to Beltane, which is in May. So expect to hear about more of that in our May-April readings. But again, focus on what's going on with your spiritual and mental health. Those will help. And those are what's going to also sustain you through the situation that's going on with your family and your home. Because you need to be mentally aware and spiritually well, because this is the place that is your shelter when you need to get away from the world. Having those in a good mental status and having those in a good spiritual sound is a place where you can recharge. So you want to make sure your recharging pad is working optimally. But that appears to be it from the ancestors. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up. So once again, I want to remind you that this was a general reading, so everything is focused for everybody possible. More specific, more personalized. You want to contact me at the website below and we can set up a reading for that. Otherwise, check back and see what we hold for April. This has been Uncle Destiny, and I hope you have a blessed day.